Welcome back to Annie Bros. Once again, I am your host, Qrow. Today, I have something special for you. The anime in which I am reviewing today is more or less also a reality review. Because at the way the world is going right now, we're heading right for this very scenario. And now I'm sure you're like, but Qrow, anime isn't real. What anime could you possibly be talking about? Well, my friends, the anime in which I am referring to today is none other than Shimoneta, a boring world where the concepts of dirty jokes don't exist. Now, why do I say we're heading down this way? Simple. The world we live in is becoming far too concerned with being presentable, with not offending people. We're turning away our baser instincts for people to like us. In this anime, much as the title suggests, the concepts of dirty jokes no longer exist. Like, they actually made it illegal. They made it illegal to talk about your reproductive systems. They made it illegal to talk about sex. They made it illegal to say things like butt, penis, or vagina. It's ridiculous. And the people that defy the government and still say dirty things, still act on their perverse nature, they're labeled as terrorists. Now, that's a far stretch, you're probably thinking. Well, let's look at the world we live in today, where things we used to do in private can be brought up at any time. Well, people will think we're criminals for having a simple talk amongst friends. Well, I think we're all guilty of this. When we're just having a conversation with a friend, we have a tendency to just say what comes to our minds. Well, you've seen it in the news. What we say now and what we think prevent us from moving forward in the future. We're judged based on our own personal thoughts, much like the characters in Shimoneta. Whereas instead, our main character is just trying so hard to impress the girl he likes because he thinks she's so pure. But he ends up becoming, he ends up getting shanghaied into becoming a terrorist. And from this point of view, being the terrorist is just trying to live the simple society of a normal life. Where, we're allowed to have perverse thoughts. We're allowed to use the words we choose to use. And for all the gentlemen out there, the anime even goes further. Not only are you not allowed to say things in public, you can't say things in private either. If these inhibitor chips they have on every living person that can't be removed, can't be turned off. If they pick up even the slightest bit of a perverse motion, I'm pretty sure I don't need to go into further detail on that one, then you will be arrested. I mean, I can only imagine the blue balls on that show. But good Lord. And so, the way the anime is set up, the police make these terrorists out to be, well, terrorists. But they're just trying to educate the youth on sexuality, on how to relieve their stress and tension. But, much like the way the world is going today, they can get arrested for it. Or they could be ostracized, demonized. It's a bit scary, to be honest. Looking at the events going on in today's society and just being like, is this really where we're heading? Are we in that much trouble? My friends, I fear that if we do not stop being offended by every little thing, this is exactly where we're heading. And all the things that we do in private come back to haunt us, because they'll become something that, even in private, is frowned upon. Because, with the age of social media, with the age of cell phones, nothing is private anymore. Like it or not, we are monitored. We are being watched. So, who's to say somewhere down the road, people are like, okay, we're going to do away with anything that anyone could be considered offensive. So, we're making it a felony to say these particular words. We're making it a felony to do this. Relief method in your own bedroom. We're making it to where you can only have sex with your wife for the sole purpose of procreation. Now, if you'll excuse me, frankly, I think that's just crap. We are humans. We have wants and desires. And to deny the very basis that makes us humans, like, what are we then? Now, I'm not saying go out and be as perverted as you want. There are still moral standards in society. I'm just saying we can't keep bringing our own sensibilities and being offended by every little thing. Like, the world's not as bad as it's made to believe. And the way we're going, trust me, it's going to be a lot worse than just being simply offended. So, do I recommend Shimoneta? I will say, it is a bit strong in perversion. While watching it, I myself felt a little bit uncomfortable at times. But all in all, I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the characters. But I'm also fearful of it, because it represents a possible future we're heading to. And that, my friends, is a future I'm not looking forward to. So, if you are going to watch Shimoneta, take the lesson out of it. You can have perverse thoughts. You know, just don't act on them in public. And for the love of God, you're human. Stop trying to be perfect. No one is. We make mistakes. It happens. But we must always remember to enjoy our lives while we have it. So, yes, I do recommend Shimoneta. I do recommend learning from it. So that way, we can avoid that kind of future.